God's children, that's what we look for. That's what we seek each day. To be the best person we could be and to serve our God so that we have our eternal salvation. So we know that we're going to heaven. But why do we stop with us? Why don't we do what Paul did? Why don't we go to those who need us? This is a broken world. It is a very broken world, and there's so many opportunities that we have to go out and advance the gospel that Paul did. But we're like, well, the next guy can do it. And I'm guilty. It's easy to become complacent. I think we all do. We love our normal routines. But sometimes it takes God giving us a little kick to get us out of our routine. We have that eternal life. We have that promise. We know. And Paul knew that. He knew he had that eternal life waiting for him. And you see in verse 21, to live is Christ, right? For me to live is Christ, but to die is gain. He understood. No matter what the situation, he's going to win. When he's living in Christ, he's doing what Christ needs. If he dies, which was a real threat, he knows that he's going to be in the presence of Christ. He knows he still wins. But we see in the latter half, the back half of those scriptures, that he had a little bit of turmoil. He had some struggles because he knew he was putting himself aside. He knew they're going to heaven. He knew that seeing Jesus. How great is that going to be? If you had to pick, well, I'm going to stay here in Oak Hill, West Virginia, or I'm going to go home. I know we don't want to die, but I don't think that's a real hard choice. But Paul was facing that. He felt so much for the Philippians. He wanted to minister to them, and he felt confident that his will, that God's will on his life was going to be to lead him there so he could do this. And how did he do this? It's through a service-driven life. When we're in Christ, we're doing a service. We're in service to Christ. We're building his kingdom. We're spreading his word and letting him work through us. So we have to have that service-driven, mind. And how do we do that? And like Pete said, everybody here has a gift. How do you use the gifts? That could be very different. Some can preach. Some can sing. Some play the piano. Some can visit. What is the gift that you have? We all have a gift. We have to use it. And that's how we use that. That's more in that service-driven life. We're using those gifts for God. We're taking those circumstances and using it to magnify him. And Paul, when we look at Paul, how did he do that? How did he magnify? And why and how did he magnify? Well, the why is because his love for Christ. Because of the strength that Christ would give him each and every day. And then ultimately, because he knew one day what that was going to turn out to be. He knew that one day, by exalting, by magnifying Christ, he knew one day what Christ was going to do for him. And that's what we all are waiting for. One day, what's Christ going to do for us? And when we look at us, why and how do we magnify Christ? Because of his love, because of the strength he gives us. I've got to say, every day we all wake up, we're like, Lord, give me the strength today. We all have those days. Some more than others. But that's how. How would we magnify him in our death? How would Paul? Well, when we live that service-driven life, that's how. When we die, we've done what his will has been on our life. So we always have to keep that in mind. And the faith, Paul tells us that faith, there's joy in faith. When we have faith, like that elevator, we're happy when we get up to that 30th floor we're going to. We're like, man, when we believe in God, when we allow God to work in our lives, we have that same joy. Tenfold. There's no other joy. Think about the day that you were saved. Think about the day that you gave your life over. There's not a feeling in the world or a word that you can even remotely say other than joy. And I don't even remotely come close to describing it. You don't have to flip, but I'm going to read a scripture for you. It's in Romans. If I can find it. See, I forgot which one it was. I want to mix up my numbers. It's been a long weekend. Romans 15, verse 13. May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace in believing, so that by the power of the Holy Spirit you may abound in hope. I mean, is that not so promising? And that we have all that hope, we have all that joy that we can have just by letting our circumstances, changing our circumstances to allow God. Don't question our circumstances. Say, oh, God, just change my circumstances. No. He's going to give you an opportunity in His own way, not our way, but to change it. And I'm going to close with this. You know, when we look at circumstances, we're coming upon Easter. You want to talk about circumstances? Jesus. Think about those circumstances. When He was born to die. And they were after Him from the minute He was on earth. But yet, His love, you know, the circumstances that He went through, He never questioned. You know, from the moment that He started His ministry, He knew what He had to do. He knew what He had to fulfill. But yet He didn't care when He was beat, spit upon, dragged, bleeding, mocked, nailed to the cross. He never wavered. And it's because of each one of us. You know, when we think our circumstances are bad, think about, do you want to die for one of your friends or your family members, or could you give up your only son or your only child for everybody else? I would go to say, we'd probably say, no, probably not. We're selfish. But when you think our circumstances are bad, and I'm not saying we don't go through a lot, because we do every day. You know, the devil comes at us hard every day because we believe in God, because we have Christ. But remember those circumstances. You know, our goal, we need to work for Christ. We need to advance that gospel. So, bow your heads with me. Just want to have a moment.